Live from the DNVR bar in downtown Denver on the corner of Colfax and York, right above the DNVR bar. It's the DNVR Rapids podcast with the most specialist of guests, the man who should hold our nation's goals fate in his hands. We are bipartisan here, but that's how we feel. Zack Steffen here with us. How are you doing, Zach?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for that intro.
It is glorious to have you. Of course, I need to mention we are coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge. We are driven by Toyota. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Yeah, Zach, what a season so far, man. It's been quite a I know the timing of this podcast isn't the best. I'm not gonna lie. We'll get into what happened in DC here in a sec. But let's fast forward to when you first came to the PIDs. What made you want to come to Colorado? Because ultimately, you know, we're a soccer podcast. We can get into football versus soccer in a second. You know, it's different from other sports. Like, you do have a choice of where you go. Mm-hmm. And why Colorado? Why say yes to this club, to this city? And who'd you consult with when you were mulling that decision over?
Yeah, so I was just looking to come back to the States, be closer to family, friends. And Denver was one of the few clubs. Most of the clubs had good goalkeepers and contracts and all that stuff. So Denver was one of the few clubs that was interested, and after having a good couple calls with the coaches, the keeper coach Chris Sharp, and then talking to people about Denver, how beautiful it is, and all the scenery and mountains and everything, it seemed like it was not a next step that I thought was going to happen, or a chapter I thought was going to happen in my life, but it seemed like it was the right challenge to take. For me and my family.
Love it. Has it lived up to expectations?
It most definitely has. But it's been great, man. My family and I, we love it here. The staff and the guys on the team, the locker room is awesome. It's fun, man, going into work every day. And of course, there's growing pains and there's up and downs and everything. But yeah, we're very happy here.
Love that. Of course, I should mention, I'm your host, Andre Simone, as always, joined by my guy, Downtown Dwayne Brown, who actually set all this up, and we'll get into why, Dwayne, because we need to talk about the unified game, which is near and dear to your heart, our hearts, and Zach's going to be involved in, which we love. And super producer Yaya, who's in his superest of producer
who avoided a whooping today from Zach by wearing the right hat, I will say.
Yeah.
Team Mexico hat would be a bad choice today.
Yeah.
It was a nice one, too, and it was brand new, and I was like, I really want to wear it on the show, but it's not fair to our favorite goalkeeper in Denver.
We'll get into some USMNT.
Yeah, of course.
We've got some stuff to touch on. You know, last year, you guys had a really intriguing season, some really good stretches, but maybe not the most consistent. This year, you have been on fire. I mean, maybe last game aside, which I also think those 2 goals were kind of insane, period. I don't know. There's a lot of guys who could do much against that. But what's been the difference this year, man? How has it all clicked? Because you have been just, you're seeing everything. You're catching everything. You've got the instincts of a cat out there. You're just pouncing on everything. You've helped us steal a couple games, and it's just seemed like you've really been on it this season. And how's it all come together?
I think it's just a culmination of many things. I think last year coming back from Europe, I had a lot of expectations and pressures that I put on myself, and that affected me kind of mentally. And just didn't allow me to play my game. I was also coming off an injury, being out for 6 months, and so just getting in the rhythm of games. And last year was really good. I got a lot of games and a lot of training, and now this year I feel like I'm in a rhythm and in like a flow state, and it's great. And I've definitely learned from mistakes from last year, and just trying to be more mature and just smarter back there. And then it just goes back to just the training sessions with Chris Sharp and the keeper coach, or the keeper union. We're just very tight and very open and honest and hardworking, and that's just a great way to go into work every day. And we're really just focusing on growth and not perfection, but just progress. And I think as a team, we've grown this year from last year, because we all have bad taste in our mouth with how the season ended last year. And I think a lot of us last year in the off season kind of looked at ourselves in the mirror and said, what do we need to work on and improve on? And I think individually and then collectively, we are showing signs of progress and growth. And it's early on in the season. We still have a lot of growth and all these things to work through. But it's been a good start so far.
You and Georgie kind of came in at the same time last year. Were there any? Well, you came in before him, I think, right? Was there any recruitment from you, like trying to get him into the Rapids? And once he did get here, what were the conversations you guys had? Because both of you have kind of become the leaders of this kind of really young team, and you guys have been the marquee signings for the Rapids the last couple years.
Yeah. So when I saw that he was rumored, I hit him up right away, and I was like, "Oh, so Rapids, let's go, let's make it happen." And by then, I mean, it was pretty much a done deal for him. So that was really exciting for me, because I know him from national team, and we have a good rapport between each other. So that was really exciting. He's obviously a great talent and is massive for us. So there wasn't too much recruiting, but all the work was pretty much done. But it was nice to definitely know that he was coming in when I was coming in.
You're coming into a squad with a lot of young players, both in the Keepers Union. I like that name a lot.
I love that.
It's pretty dope. With players like Beaudry, but you got a lot of homegrowns coming in on this team. When you came in, were you expecting to kind of play that leadership role, or when you got here, you're like, I know you've got a lot of siblings, and younger siblings. So was it something that was natural? Or was that like, hey, when you get here, you're going to be one of the leaders to help some of the young guns come up?
Yeah, I think it just came natural for the most part. You did your homework. Good job. Yeah, oldest of 5. So, and just being a goalkeeper, you have to lead from the back. You can see the whole field, so you want to help out your teammates. So I'm always communicating to them and leading from the back. So it kind of just came naturally, and just from having my experience overseas and with the national team, that's given me different experiences than some of the players here on the Rapids and the younger players. So I'm a very inclusive guy, so I just want to give them all the knowledge and advice that I've gained and pass it on to them, and trying to help them succeed and grow individually, but then also succeed as a team.
Over the last 2 years, you've added so many young guys.
Yeah.
Who's the funniest of those guys?
There's
so many. It's like half the squad.
Yeah,
that was crazy. The theme coming into the offseason was we got younger and more talented.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And it's, I think there's some growing pains with some of those guys, but that's first time in pro soccer for most of them. It's the other thing,
So
it's not just being young. It's like true rookies, which you don't necessarily have in pro soccer that much.
No, not that much. So it's definitely, I'm trying to kind of usher them in the ways that, I mean, I look back at my time when I was their age, and I'm like, wow, it's crazy how fast it goes, the time. And then, I mean, they got to go through the same growing pains or similar growing pains that I went through and other players go through. And that's just the way of life. That's the way of football. And, but I'm definitely trying to kind of, give them advice or whatever they need in the time. but yeah, we are young men, and I'd say, I mean, he just went on loan, but Mike, dude, he is a he's a clown. What an amazing human being. A great player, works hard, comes in every day, great attitude. But then, yeah, he's just a goofball, and yeah, he's one of my favorites for sure.
Is he your favorite player to pick on, like little brother pick on?
Mike?
Kind of like mess around with,
Mike?
like, yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, because he'll always give it back, you know,
Yeah.
and he's always like goofy and whatnot. So he's always talking some shit, and that's fun. That's fun.
And then also a news update since we last did the pod. Michael Edwards on loan, so we've got that going on.
Yeah,
for
sad
us.
to see him go, but good luck to him.
And they added a couple more young guys here in the last few days. This Aussie kid here came down the pipe
Did they?
recently. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 17-year-old kid.
I don't know. How old?
17.
Oh, wow.
Had interest
Yeah.
from top 5 leagues in
Oh,
Europe.
no way.
Get me a name, yeah.
Okay.
Now
I'll
that
get
I'm
it for you.
scarred
I'll
on
find it
like
for you, don't worry.
pronouncing names after the Sasha
I don't know
Kleinstein
if it's
interview.
official, but that's Tom Bogart's reporting it, which
Yes.
is usually pretty strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they just keep
Nice.
adding.
Center back.
Nice.
It's
Center
that
back?
identity,
Okay.
sticking to it.
Okay.
And then what's it been like getting another vet in like Cheeto this year? Seems like that back line with him has really added something to it.
Yeah, dude, he's very experienced. He's been around different countries, different teams, and then smart player, really talented, really talented. Yeah, has gotten us out of a few bad, tough moments, and yeah, we're just gonna have to keep him healthy and keep him wanting to grow and get better, and that's just the locker room we have, but. Yeah, it's been great to have him in front of me. Yeah, he's been class.
So I want to touch on something that happened last year during Leagues Cup.
Yep.
And I think it's that penalty versus America where you get pointed at and you're like, you're next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what was running through your head? Because that was some head games right there with the other keeper, which, man, I hate America, so I was all for it. Like, I loved it. I hate that goalie so much. So I was like, dude, play all the head games you want with that guy. He came into the spot thinking he was going to dominate. He just missed. What was going through your head?
So I didn't know I was up next. I thought Lawless was gonna go. So I was just kind of trying to like get out of my head, stay in the zone. I think I just got scored on. Maybe I don't even remember. But then I like look up and they're all pointing at me to like wave on and shoot. And I was like, oh shit, okay, I gotta go shoot. I hadn't practiced, so I had no idea where I was gonna go. And I always say like, if you just blast the ball, I mean, it's so hard as a keeper to react unless it's hit right at you. And so my mindset was just to go in and kick the shit out of it and hope it goes in. And I think it's better that I went first and scored. It's way easier because obviously you saw what happened next. He dragged it and scuffed it. I mean, so yeah, he must have been nervous. And I mean, I know I was nervous at the time. But if I had to go second, I mean, I would have been shit my pants. Yeah.
Was there any trash talk after that? Was he like upset at you? Or
No, not at all. Not at all. He Yeah, no, not at all.
It's fine. We hate that guy.
No, he was visibly upset.
Yeah.
And he's a good dude, and
Yeah.
I respect him, immensely. So it was tough to see him in that moment, and but he's bounced back. now,
Yeah,
so
you
he's
immediately went over, hey,
Yeah.
picked him up, gave him a hug. But
Yeah.
no, man, is that one of your favorite moments as a Rapid so far?
the penalty.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta put it up there, huh? I mean,
Yeah, like you
I've
scored.
never shot. Yeah, I know. I was just so nervous in the moment. I was like, I do not want to be doing this. I just want to, stop
Yeah.
the stop
It was
the shots
such a
and-
badass moment, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
Thanks.
you're nervous, but like to roll out after the Leagues Cup run that you were already having with penalties,
Yeah.
and then go
Yeah,
out and
score,
score one, and then
pretty epic.
I don't know if it was the camera work or whatever, but it just kind of went over to you, and there was just swag, and then it was just kind of looking back over at the other keeper, and it was like, oh shit, like. That guy's screwed right
Trust
now.
us,
like-
none of us thought you were nervous. We were all
Really?
like, we just scored again.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Okay, played it off well then. Nice.
Is that happening more often? I feel like it is. You used to never see it get to so late to where the goalies have to shoot them. So it was only like the guys like Chilaver who had to take who wanted to take the penalties, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Us goalkeepers just hope it doesn't get.
Nerve-wracking for sure.
I hope you did your first part of your job better.
Yeah, no doubt. We're going to take a quick break here. Then we got to get into differences between Chris, Poach, Pep, you know, all that kind of fun stuff. Talk some USMNT, talk Unified. Still lots to get into with our guy, Zack Steffen. But first, a shout out to our friends at Toyota. Toyota, what a great car for Colorado. Trucks, SUVs, four-wheel options. You got it. The perfect family car, the perfect car to get lost in the mountains, get out in our beautiful state, put the phone away, and just get lost in our beautiful Toyota. Those here at DNVR who drive Toyota swear by them. They love them so much. They've been such an amazing partner to work with. We are swagged out. And, of course, coming to you from the Toyota Lounge, 16 different hybrid vehicles to choose from as well. So visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. That's the INI's hood. Toyota, a proud partner of the Colorado Rapids and the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places. And also a shout out to another old partner of ours, Volo Sports. Volo Sports, Riley, bring that up. We have had teams through Volo Sports. We've had diehards of ours meet their future spouses at Volo Sports. We'll have them down in the bar and they're getting just rowdy. They have such a fun time here. All sorts of great leagues. Check them out. You can meet new people, make new friends, be social. You're new in town. Find people that way. Obviously, be active, stay active. I mean, Matt Turner, I think for some of his skills, you know, with the foot on the ball, he was doing indoor 5v5 where he's playing out in the field co-ed in New York. I think I heard a story about that. Yeah.
I'll have to ask him. Okay.
We do have to ask Matty Turner about that. So yeah, check it out. Get in on Volo Sports. Players can sign up as a free agent, small group, or full team, and all ability levels and backgrounds are welcome to join. Use code DNVR10, DNVR10, $10 off any Volo Denver league. Okay. Back with our guy, Zack Steffen. Little break there. Yeah, can I just ask the differences between Chris, Poach, and
I think that's all we came for.
and Pat?
I think
it's a little, you know, it's a little mainstream, but Chris is such a unique character and leader. But you've had some good ones. Obviously Pep with your experience at City, and then you've got a new national team coach who seems to have taken a liking to you because you've been part of most of the squad since he's taken over. So what are the maybe the commonalities and the differences between those three?
That's a good question. Yeah, Chris is just very personable. He's very in tune with like emotional intelligence and wanting his players to know that like he cares about you on the field, but also off the field, and wants the best for you. And I'm not saying that Pep and Poch don't, but Chris is just very, very big on that. And
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he wants to win. He's very competitive. I mean, all of them are. Pep and Poch are just come from different backgrounds, Barcelona and then down in Argentina. So the football culture in those two countries compared to America is just so different. And so obviously Chris is a little bit more Americanized soccer-wise, and Pep was Pep and Poch are just so passionate about.
Is it like forward thinking, like revolutionizing the game?
No,
like
I mean
in that way?
Pep was, yeah. Pep's just more like keep the ball on the ground, keep the ball, play beautiful football, have balls, keep the ball, make the other team run and tire them out that way. But possess. Chris is all about attacking, wants to play fast and aggressive and like counterattack and second balls and just put him in a fast game. He loves that. Mauricio Poch, he wants to keep the ball as well, but he doesn't want to force it in the back. So it's kind of a little mix of Chris and Pep.
Yeah.
But Mauricio has been amazing. He just brings in so much passion for the game, obviously, and to win, but also for your teammates and to build the bonds between your teammates and the staff. And he speaks incredibly well, incredibly smart, with getting the guys together. And I remember after what was the first game in LA? Panama, when we lost. The next day, we had a team meeting, and he sent out all the cameras and everything, and he really just tried to like try to drive in passion, and by telling us his experience about the Argentinian national team and the players that he played with, and how much passion and pride that they had to play for their country, and that they would do anything to get into the national team, and then anything to stay in the national team, and then when we would play games, they would do anything to win. And I think that's something that we need to, as a country, we can definitely take from. And so yeah, I mean, I've been blessed to work with Pep, and now working with Pochettino with the national team, and Chris here. It's not easy at times to kind of juggle all those things and play a different way from time to time, but I mean, that's the job, and I'm not complaining.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like Chris is like an old school kind of coach, where it's more like the love for the game, let the players go out there and kind of do their thing. When Pep has a lot more and Poch have a lot more control of the game from the sideline.
Yeah,
I think tactically, that's more what it looks like.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Do you think you're the best goalkeeper in MLS with ball at your feet?
I do.
Yeah.
What kind of question is that? Like 100%.
I do.
You know,
We agree. We were just making
it's
sure
a
you agree
unique
with us.
category. Yeah, we got to update our rankings. You know, if Zach says otherwise, okay, we'll change the power rankings. That's fine. We've got a graphic maker right here, ready to go.
If Zach said no, we would just tell him you're wrong. Like you are.
No, I'm like, okay, let's go to the side and talk through this. What about in the American born?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, room to grow, but I do. Yeah.
How did that come about?
I think just culmination of years of training. Started in Columbus, or started in Germany. They're just very technical and very detailed. So yeah, we would work on everything, every aspect of football, and feet, hands, everything. And they like to keep the ball there, so started there, and then went to Columbus, and with under Greg Berhalter, he likes to play out very much like Pep, and so I got much better there with my feet, just every day, just training it, and then went to City, and just training there more and more and more, and getting the reps and games and all that, and then.
So are they training differently at those clubs, where it's that much of a point of emphasis? Is that part of your goalie training? Where it might not be in other places?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, every keeper coach is different, and manager and club and the way they play is different. But yeah, I mean, at City we would just do tons and tons of tactical work and playing out of the back. So you got to be on it with your feet. And so I think over the years I've just gotten confident with it, and now. Now I'm just confident with my feet, and now I'm trying to get it up with the side volleys. You see the South Americans do the side volleys, so sexy, it's insane. And so I'm trying to get to that level out of my hands that I am with my feet.
Love that. Wow. Next step. Good goal to have. I love that. Should we get into Unified, Dwayne?
We should.
Yeah, because Zach is now kind of one of the ambassadors of the Rapids Unified game. And Dwayne, you were telling us earlier you've missed like one since you've been out here.
Last 10 years?
Yeah,
Wow.
since like 2015.
So tell the people why you love it so much, and then we can get into it with with Zach and what have you. But for those who haven't heard, what is the
Yeah, so I
unified
mean,
game
there's
for
a lot of
starters?
people who don't know what the Rapids Unified Team is. I feel like every year more and more people are like, oh, I didn't even know that this was a thing. But what it is it's this really cool mix-up of players both with and without intellectual disabilities coming together on one soccer team to play. It's ages 16 through 25, and it's a partnership with Special Olympics Colorado. So it's a great way for the athletes to get like top-level training, you know, working with people like Zack Steffen and other players. Cole is really involved. Ollie, Lawless was always a guy with the unified team, always around and helping out. But it's a really great partnership. They play usually a couple games at home and 1 or 2 games on the road. It'll happen. The next game will be right after the RSL match, Rocky Mountain Cup, big game. And then right after, don't leave your seats, will be Rapids Unified, also playing for their Rocky Mountain Cup. Both Rapids and
legendary.
Rapids Unified are defending the cup right now. So it's a huge game to get to. Don't go home. Stay, regardless of the result of the first game or how things in the world or America or your personal life is going. When you stay and watch this unified team play, and support each other, and you watch, you know, the players from the first team like Zach and Ollie and Cole and those guys interact, life is better. You feel better about the world. It's a nice little just piece of the world that we don't really get to enjoy that often. So how did you get involved with the unified team, and what are your thoughts so far? I know you're a huge supporter, so I know you're buying tickets in bulk to help folks out. But tell us a little bit about how you got into it.
Yeah, we're gonna donate 100 tickets.
That's
for this
amazing.
Game.
That's awesome.
So that's amazing. But I got into it last year by just I don't know. I just got an email from CK, and they're like, "Oh, do you want to do this event?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. I have time." And so I went out to the Unifying event and started hanging out with those kids and meeting the parents. And like you said, it was just a really cool perspective and a perspective that you don't get that often. And those kids are amazing.
They are.
Yeah, some of them have some big things going on in their lives that bring a lot of fear and but they just all have smiles on their faces. The parents are just so grateful for the players to come out, but then they're just so grateful that they have a team to play on, and just to see how happy and fulfilled they get to be on a team playing the sport that they love, and getting supported from the club and then from the first team players and the fans as well. I know that they're really excited for the games coming up and for the fans to come and for the fans to watch our game, but then to stay and watch their game. So it's been an amazing opportunity for me to be a part of.
Yeah, and
What are the dates on the game?
it's May 17th.
May
So,
17th. Yeah.
You're coming to watch, Rocky Mountain Cup. It's already going to
Beautiful.
be there.
Thank you,
Just you don't have to leave the stadium. Just stay. A lot of times there's plenty of seats in the middle. So if you sit on the ends like me, upgrade your seat, get to the middle, and get close up. When you get to work with some of the athletes, what's some of the advice that you've been able to give them, working with them, and what advice do they give you? I know because I've interviewed a lot of them, and you've got some big personality. You got Scotty, who's in New York doing fashion shows for the club, and
That's awesome.
so I'm sure that you get advice too. How have those one-on-one interactions been?
They've been awesome. Obviously, I get along with Colin, the keeper, really well, and his mom's one of the coaches, and she's amazing. The energy that she brings, each and every time I see her, to the kids and to the staff is amazing. And when I'm with them, I mean, we're just kind of shooting the shit and talking and. But I mean, my advice when the games come and whatnot, and they seem a little nervous before the game or whatever, I just tell them to take a deep breath and just go out there and have fun. And it's just a game that they love, and that nerves just are a sign that you care and that you want to do well, and that's really good. And but just to go out there and have fun and compete, and the results don't matter. It's just all about going out there and being together with other people and trying to work towards one goal.
What a beautiful thing, man. So yeah, check that out. Against RSL, Rapids Unified. Hit up Dwayne. He would love to give you more info. There you go. There's the graphic as well. But yeah, stay at the Richard after the game and be part of this amazing event that's now been going on for how long?
13 years, I think.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Like with MLS in general, Rapids are at the forefront. We're an OG MLS club. We're an OG
Unified
Rapids
club.
Unified club. There's a few other clubs that have it as well, but we were one of the first.
Right on.
Talk
what we
about
do.
soccer culture to be proud of right there. That's a beautiful thing. This is actually a perfect point for me to take our second and final break, and then we'll get into some more stuff with Zach here. But first, a shout out to UC Health. DNVR Rapids is brought to you by UC Health, the preferred partner of athletes in Colorado, the official kit partner of your Colorado Rapids. For inspiring health stories, go to uchealth.org for more info. UC Health, live extraordinary. And also, I gotta tell you guys about Game Time, which I was just thinking would be the perfect app to check out tickets for that RSL game on the 17th. So you're already in the stands, ready to go to Unified. Game Time, great app. You can, easy to use. They have all these different functions for you, like their zone deals, which is a great way to check out last minute tickets. Just let them pick a zone. Don't bother with the details of where the seat is and get a great deal. Tickets actually get cheaper the closer you get to kickoff with Game Time. And then there's the Game Time guarantee, where if you are able to find tickets cheaper, you didn't get the best deal possible, their customer service is incredible. You just hit them up. They'll get you all taken care of. They've been a long time partner of ours. They've been fantastic to work with. If we're doing like events here with the squad, if we're doing like rooftop Fridays for Rockies games, we're always using Game Time. And you can now, using our code DNVR, to get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code DNVR for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for bearing through that with me.
Go watch the USMNT keeper with Game Time. Like, it's that easy. You can go watch Zack Steffen with the Rapids, watch the Unified game with Game Time. That's the best selling point, in my opinion.
Damn straight. The Burgundy Boys. Who wants to miss out on that? A club to be proud of, and just go out to the Richard to have a good time. Actually, wanted to ask you, like, if there was something you could trade from European football and bring it to MLS, and something from MLS that you could bring over. Because I grew up in Italy.
Oh, wow.
Milan, San Siro, great experience.
He's a Milan.
I love being able to bring my kid to Dick's Sporting Goods and have zero safety concerns whatsoever.
Yeah, that's
I don't think people understand what a blessing it is to just have like zero worries. We just bring her. It's the greatest time. She enjoys it so much. She's locked in, and safety is not even on my mind.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
That's priceless. Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere at games, I mean, for the players, when it's like that, like the San Siro.
100%.
Insane. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I would say the atmosphere in games is something I miss for sure. Of course, we'll go away, and some stadiums and fans will have it. Our fans are really good. But yeah, I mean, it's just different. Like the songs that they sing over there, they're so clever and cheeky and witty. And
the Millwall song is my favorite one of all
incredible.
time.
So over here, I mean, we do more chants and drums and that stuff, which is still cool, of course. It's just different.
Is there one where they've taken a dig at you that's your favorite?
Yeah, Man City Reject. They love that. They love that. Yeah, I think that's probably the most. The one I hear the most. Yeah.
Is there anything you would take from the MLS and get from the MLS and take to Europe? Maybe the refs.
I don't even want to.
We're not trying to get you fined here. We're not trying to get you fined here.
Oh boy.
Thanks for watching, everybody. That was a really good show.
What would I take from MLS to go over there?
DP spots.
DP spots. It's tough, man. I mean, what would I take? I would probably take just like, of course, like the MLS is important over here, and the league's growing and everything, and there's more money, more fans every year, and everything's getting better each and every year. But we're not like when you're over in Europe, and I mean, you're out in the streets and you can't really live your normal life. Here you can live your normal life, so that is nice. I know that.
Doubt.
A lot of guys over there, it gets annoying when you can't go out for dinner and just be with your family. So I think that'd be the main thing.
Cool.
That makes sense for sure. World Cup 2026?
What's that?
Home World Cup coming up? How important is that?
Fucking massive.
Yeah,
right. That's what I'm thinking. Massive, dude. It's like surreal. Like growing up and watching the World Cups at home, and now there's one at home.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane.
You weren't even born for the '94 World Cup, right?
No, I was not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to think you're playing your career in this brief window where a home World Cup is actually possible.
Once in a lifetime.
Must be pretty nuts. What are the conversations with that group? Like, is that already on your guys' minds? I mean,
of course.
How long has that been part of the talks with the crew?
I mean, ever since it was picked to be here in Mexico and Canada, I mean, we were just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This is a massive moment for U.S. soccer and for ourselves and our family, but as a nation, it's massive.
It feels like a leap. Like this is the time to like kind of take that next step in the U.S., right? Kind of like it's already been growing, how you said, with MLS. Does that cross your head through your mind at all? Like it could be something like that leapfrogs the soccer in America for the next 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, that's our goal, is to go out there and impress and to open up some eyes and let the world know that we don't just play basketball and football and baseball over here. We want to go there and compete and take it to the rest of the world.
Hell yeah. Love that. You've been on both sides of it. Guy getting called up playing in Europe, guy getting called up playing in the MLS. What's that dynamic like these days? Do you think MLS guys are getting their just respect?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's, of course, there's different levels and leagues in Europe versus America. I mean, it's obviously a huge topic and everything. But, I mean, as long as whoever's playing the best should be called in. And I think that's how the gaffer, Poch, is seeing it. And, I think just because you're playing in a different league, and if you're playing well and you don't get a chance, I think that's bad practice and not fair.
It is.
Yeah.
Some still operate.
Of course, it's crazy.
It's brutal.
It is brutal, but I mean, teach their own, and So that's what I'm trying to do, is just continue to grow and play at a high level and just continue to push that level and continue to get called into camps.
Oh yeah.
Something that you just said triggered this. Gaffer, manager, or coach? What do you use?
Well, we use Gaffer with at the national team.
Okay.
Coach here in America, but I would say boss or Gaffer over in Europe. I like boss.
So Pep boss, Poch Gaffer, and Coach Armis.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. There we go. That's how we distinguish the three of them.
That's great.
How mad do they get when you mix that up?
You
call me coach?
Yeah, Chris gets a little. Yeah, yes. Pep and Mauricio would be like, Coach, what's that? Yeah.
Playing for the USMNT, what are your thoughts on the old heads and all their, very opinionated in this last stretch?
A lot of chatter.
Lots of chatter from the old alumni.
Hey, I mean, they can talk. Everybody has a right to their opinion, and a lot of them are getting paid to put out their opinion.
To put bad takes out there, yeah.
But hey, I mean, yeah, I take it as a challenge.
Yeah.
For the team and for myself, and really just to shut them up and to make them proud and to go out there and change the narrative so that they're at the end of the game or after games that they're saying, okay, I'm proud of the heart and the passion that we showed. Of course, results are going to come and go, and you can't control those, but you can control how the heart you put out there and the passion and your aggression and demeanor and all that. And if you do that, most of the time you'll end up on the good side.
Soccer fans famously knee-jerk reactionary on everything.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Most fans.
Yeah.
Humans might be
it's kind of
just-
brutal. Yeah.
Soccer especially. What is the feeling at the national team, in the clubhouse, or what do you think the message would be from this group of players to the fans right now who are having a little bit of worry after the latest run of form? What would you say the message coming out of the locker room to the fans is right now?
Your message to the nation.
My message to the nation.
To the entire United States of America.
Oh, my message would just be to just be patient and keep showing support. We hear you. We see you guys. We appreciate you guys, and we need you. And it's not going to be like, well, we need you in the World Cup. We need you right now, and we need you up until the World Cup and past the World Cup. And the togetherness and the unity and the love and support will go both ways. And if we can focus on that and focus on those things, then we have a much better chance going forward.
Yeah. Which rivalry gets your blood boiling a little bit more? Mexico versus the U.S. or Canada versus the U.S.? Because Canada has become feisty over the last couple of years too. So which one gets you going a little bit more right before the game?
It's a good question. I mean, it's Mexico traditionally, of course.
Yeah.
That'll always be, I think, number one.
Yeah.
But I mean, Canada's come up the last couple of years, and now it's a rivalry. It's kind of like a little sandwich. But yeah, I'd have to say Mexico. I mean, that's just the long time tradition.
Their fans are not great either. They're not. They're not. I'm telling you, because I'm one of them. They're not the best out there.
They're not.
Very European based with a lot more cruel language.
Yeah.
Did you ever get into it with like a teammate from a different country? Like, did you ever get it with a Bombi like during those kind of scuffles?
No.
KSB's got to make the call
Not yet.
up, then we can have a Maryland rivalry on Canada
There you
US.
go. Yeah. There you go. That'll be fun.
That'd be fun.
That'll be fun. Go Terps.
Yeah, go Terps, no doubt. How would you categorize this season so far with the Pids? From our outside view, kind of seems like you guys are really showing up and shutting people up when they least expect it. Like, I think San Jose was a classic game. Everyone thought, oh, Bruce Arena's got them humming. They're playing great. No one thought the Pids could do anything. And I mean, it's 2-1, but if they don't score that spectacular goal there, like even and I almost called Charlotte was 2-0. I'm just saying CLT on the schedule.
You had to say the
here.
abbreviation just to remember.
Everyone thought, they're going to come in and really, and instead that was total domination. And then these last couple games, like Houston, I thought was going to be an easy win, and it's that rotten tie at the end. And then this game in DC, we thought would be an easy win as well, and that was a rough loss. Like, what's going on with that? Why do you guys maybe play up and play down the competition sometimes?
That's a good question, dude.
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to figure out.
It's from Yaya. I gotta give credit to Yaya.
I am notorious for always picking the Rapids to lose.
Okay, that's good to know. I don't know, man. That's the game of football is always up and down. You never know. Like that's just the game, and whoever shows up on the day is. Yeah. But I think we're trying to find that consistency. And we're trying to figure out, we're trying to still like fine tune the way we want to play. And I'm not sure. Yeah, DC was strange. We never looked like we were there 100%. Houston, we should have. I mean, we should have been up 5-0. And then they get scored. We've to get scored on a minute before halftime. We've gotten scored on before halftime and right after halftime way too many times, and at the end of the games. And that's, they say the first 5 and the last 5 of the halves are like when guys kind of lose your focus. You're thinking about halftime and then get punched in the face. And so we need to clean that up. But I mean, we started off well. We've gotten some good results. We've had some not so good results, and that's part of it. As long as we learn from them. And each game, there's going to be things that you can take away and learn. And throughout the season, you get a big bowl bucket of all those mistakes. And if you truly learn from them and your mind keep them ticking throughout the season, come playoff time, that's when hopefully you're full steam ahead and you're wise, mature, smart. And that's when you really are just flying.
Is it a different mentality in MLS where the table matters less because as long as you make it into the postseason, you're good, where you need to almost remind yourself sometimes, like, hey, don't kill yourself over that one. It's all right. Like, it won't be the end all be all.
Yeah, it's definitely a marathon, not a sprint. In MLS, same in Europe, but it is different with playoffs, and it's okay if you don't start the year well, just as long as come summertime, you're kind of flying and rolling into summer and then into fall. But yeah, I mean, every game, of course, matters, and you want to get as many points as you can so that at the end of the season, you're not kicking yourself for fucking losing in DC and tying in Houston when you should have been winning. Yeah. But like I said, I mean, we'll take all these games and learn from them and hopefully grow from them. And come playoff time, that's when we're a well-oiled machine and we're ready to go.
Hell yeah.
Kind of, you've been in Colorado now for 2 years. Have you become a Colorado sports fan, or are you still like all in on your own sports team from like childhood and all that? Like, are you into the Nuggets? Are you into the Avs?
Were you a Philly sports fan growing up?
Sixers guy.
Phillies. The Sixers are brutal though.
My follow up was, are you still a Sixers guy?
That's more like it. Unfortunately. Brutal. Philly sports fan. So not. I do support the Nuggets and Colorado. I went to the Rockies game last weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for that.
Brutal. Nice stadium, though.
Great bar.
I mean, I like, because obviously I'm a sports guy, and I like to go out and support the local sports teams and whatnot. So I would love, like, a couple weeks ago, a couple of the Nuggets guys and their families came to our game, so I mean, I think that's amazing, and I wish that would happen more. And so I went to a couple Nuggets games last year, looking to go to hopefully this next round.
Nice.
Been to the Avs games a couple times. Unfortunate that they got knocked out with Dallas.
Brutal.
Fuck Dallas.
We all agree.
No doubt.
But I do like. I'm a sports guy, so I like to support.
So
for
it's
sure.
Go
This is
Birds.
my home
Yeah.
now, so I want to support.
Yeah, so it's still Go Birds.
Go for sure.
100%.
We got people on staff that are
Go
also
100%
very Go
Philly.
Birds.
Okay.
We have a market in Philly, so
Yeah. We have one
And
of
Philly's
these.
one of
Yeah.
our cities too. With
Yeah.
us, so, yeah.
So we have one of these too. So if you ever want to hear like
sick.
a Philadelphia sport podcast, go look at those. It's exactly the same.
Okay, nice.
do I get one last serious question before we get to the unserious?
Yeah.
I just want to know what's been your impression of the two guys up front? Seemed like that was kind of a pivotal change, adding Yappy into the mix, going with more of a two-man attack. And what is that formation? Because the different apps have different 4-4-2, which I'd argue in non-possession, maybe it is a 4-4-2.
Yep.
Sometimes it looks like a 4-2-3-1. And recently I saw the broadcast had a 4-2-2-2. Which is really fun. That's
they throw all
that's
these numbers.
enjoyable.
Like, math was never my strong suit. So, I know. They're saying 4-2-3-1, 4-2-2-2, 4-4-2, 4-3-3. It's like
when Chris draws it up, what is he saying?
but it is nice to have Yappy in there. He's a big body. He's young. He's hungry. He's been training well. He's been playing pretty well, and had some important goals for us.
Yeah.
And hopefully he just continues in this way. Rafa, I mean, he's just a beast up there. I'm hoping Yappy can kind of channel that inner and learn from Rafa. And Rafa's such a good finisher. He just works his ass off. Just runs and runs and runs. I've never seen a 9 or an attacker really defend like he has. We should be we're not taking him for granted, but
but he should probably be a bigger name in MLS for what he's doing.
And I hope we just continue to get him service, and because he can, when he's hot, and for all the work that he does, he deserves goals and assists and that recognition, and he's such a good dude off the field. So I like Yappy and Rafa up there, and I think hopefully just with more games and continuity that they can grow that continuity.
Real quick, one more serious question.
Ah.
Yeah, sorry. I thought of that too. So you talk about being a mentor to a lot of these young guys. Who was that guy for you coming through the leagues, kind of throughout your career? Because like you had to learn from somebody to be a good person to the younger kids. So like, did you have somebody like that?
I mean, not really. I was always like, I got this from my mom. Like, I never wanted to ask for help, and I thought I could do it all on my own, and obviously that's just not the case. So I think I'm one of those guys that goes into a room and I won't speak. I'll just look at the room and kind of just learn from what everybody's doing in the room, and read the room, and then big visual learner. So. Just I think from being in different locker rooms and training with different keeper coaches and keepers and brilliant managers, I think I kind of just use that all as mentorship, I guess, in a way. Tim Howard, I got his number. He and I have the same agent, and he and I connected very early on in my career. But I wish I would have asked him more questions and called him more. I just didn't want to be that nagging, annoying little
brother,
fresh rookie.
But people to help people,
Of course.
It was that was such a mind switch when I got older and realized people are predisposed to want to help.
Yeah.
So if you just give them an opportunity to help you, they'll take it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
That's true.
Did you?
But I mean, I wish I would have known. 30 years before I found that out.
Did you hit up Tim Howard when you came to the Colorado Rapids? Ask him about what's going on, Secretary of Defense?
Secretary of Defense. Not really. Again, I didn't want to bug him and just, I don't know. But he's been, he and my keeper coach, Chris Sharp, they have a really good relationship, and so he's always keeping tabs, and I'm hoping he comes out here, catches a game, and we can link up. Now that you say that, maybe I'll hit him up and try and get his ass out here.
Fly him out. All right, now we can do the fun questions.
All right.
Favorite nickname? We call you Big Steph around these parts.
Big Steph.
It's kind of random. Our guy Mitch really coined it.
Black Cat.
Yeah.
Little Black Panther in goal. I like that.
Secretary of Defense.
Secretary. That's Tim though. That's Tim. I got some.
Assistant Secretary of Defense. Like that's still open.
That's not a lifetime appointment.
It's not, but it's like still open.
Okay. Hopefully
It's
next
different.
summer. Next summer I step up then.
That's right. That's what you need.
I have one for you. You've got a little one at home. You've
Yep.
got a daughter.
Yep.
The two of us, we also
Girl dads over
we're
here.
girl
Amazing.
dads.
Oh.
Um,
Come on.
Insane.
Your keeper, a lot of good saves on the pitch. When you've got a little one, you see the videos all the time of dads like saving their child from like certain death. Just your agility as a dad when a child is doing something dumb is incredible. Like you are truly
Right.
black
We should
cat
all wish
senses.
to have.
Have you had any good child saves yet?
Not like.
I mean,
really
still
good
really
ones.
little.
Yeah, it's only been a year and a half.
Yeah.
Not yet. Really, just like almost falling off a couch or
Yep.
something like that. Or when my wife leaves a sharp ass knife in front of her. It's like, okay. That's really it.
That's
so
our
far.
own
So
knife
hopefully,
duty often,
hopefully
yeah.
it stays
There you go.
easy like that. What about you guys?
I grew up playing hockey. I was a goalie. So kick saves were very normal.
Okay.
I can tell you that mine was on the arm of the couch. I wasn't even paying attention and just saw the movement and caught her with my foot, like this much from the ground. Her face just laying there. One of my finest moments, not just as a parent, maybe in my whole life.
100%.
So
That's amazing.
Did Penny say do it again?
it's after that moment where you're like, what? Like,
I've had a couple like, getting right in front of the corner right as she's about to slam into it, and then you learn that your body is a shield too. So, falling off the couch, you
Yep.
manage to do it so that only you are touching
Yep.
the ground
Yep,
and
yep,
rolling
yep,
over
yep.
or whatever. So yeah, it's good times. This one I have to get out. Harder for you to learn German, which you had 2 stints in Germany. I imagine you are semi-fluent. Or understand what people in Manchester were saying. which was the toughest disconnect.
That's such a good one.
Big
That's a
learning
great question.
experience
They were
there,
both
yeah.
so hard. Dude, the first 6 months in England.
Oh,
like,
I'm sure.
The lingo
Yeah.
they would say, I'd be like, dude, this is a totally different language. Like, what does that mean? Yeah, German's a tough language too. So it's just to speak that was really tough, and the way they put the sentences together. So I understood German for the most part. And that took a couple months. And then England, it took me a couple months to learn the lingo and learn exactly what they're saying. I mean, and that's not something I really expected over there. So yeah, I was sitting very quietly in the locker room the first couple months in Manchester, just trying to
Just
like,
no
take
idea
everything
what
in.
everyone's
Yeah, no idea how to react or how to respond to what they were saying.
Crazy stuff. I could only imagine.
Yeah.
You guys get one more each.
oh,
We've taken up enough of.
Do you ever watch your highlight where in Manchester City that the guy's running right at you and the
Liverpool?
ball's about to like and you just kind of do that little stutter step?
Liverpool?
Yeah, I think so. Was it Liverpool?
When he scored?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like do you ever watch that over and like or like scroll through TikTok and it just comes up and you're like, I did that.
I actually haven't seen that back
Oh,
yet.
really?
Yeah. I haven't seen that back yet because I know exactly how it went. And it was not good.
he was actually there.
And it
Yeah,
was not
but I'm
good.
wondering, like, 'cause
And
it
he's
does-
fast as hell.
Yeah, because I see that all the
talk
time on
about
my
a cheetah.
feed for whatever. Like it comes up like and like I just wonder like did you get
haven't
like
seen it yet,
yeah,
no.
did you ever get yelled like did Pep yell at you for that? Like
No,
did you
So I will tell you a good story. So that happened, and then that first half I was just Anyway, the second half happened. We keep playing. We come back 3-2, lose the game, but come back and we're at the airport. And Pep comes up to me. He's like, gives me a hug. He's like, the balls you have is just amazing. Just to keep playing. You make a mistake, but then you keep playing. You keep trying. I'm so proud of you. And so that gave me a lot of confidence because obviously I was down and cost us that. Yeah, we were in the semifinals at FA Cup against Liverpool and at Wembley and go down 3-0 at halftime and not a terrible half from me, and but I feel like that's something that I'm good at and have worked on, is like when you make a mistake as a goalkeeper, you don't continue to compound that and make another one and make another one. And so just to get over that mistake and just to keep playing is something that I've worked hard at. And that's, I mean, mistakes happen and part of it. And as a goalkeeper, when you make mistakes, it's usually going to count as a goal or cost you a goal. And that's the job, and that's part of it. And so you just got to keep playing.
Do you have a pre-game ritual? Are you superstitious about how you prepare?
Yeah, but now it's just like habitual. It's just habits. But yeah, I mean, I always got to put like my left sock and boot and left glove on first, and after that.
Not the glove on before the right boot, though.
Nope.
Okay, because that would really be impressive,
that
man.
Wow. And then the other side, I don't even, because it's all habits now. Just the way just the routine in which I do my things leading up to the game, like eating and coffee and gym and stretching, seeing the physio, all that stuff has to be in the right order, just so it feels normal and that I'm in rhythm.
Are you a sock boot or sock boot?
No, sock. No, I'm normal.
This is important. Okay, good.
Sock.
Good.
Tights, undershirt, shorts.
Because I think
shoe.
Sam Bassett said he was like a sock boot,
Is he?
and then sock boot. That's weird.
Yeah, he's from Denver. He's weird.
Yeah,
he's from
strange.
Denver.
That's strange. I agree.
Yeah, you're not off on that. Wow, this was just incredible. Thank you so much, Zach, for taking the time. Check out the Unified Game May 17th and all the great stuff that's going on with that. Support the Pids, support our guy, and we'll be back with some regularly scheduled programming next week. Yep. So until then, what do we say in these cases, Dwayne?
Up the Pids.
Up the Pids, baby.
Go.
Thanks, Phil.
We all silly like the mayor.